right, welcome back to our newest episode of Spitballin' Podcast. I'm John, and that's my good friend and co-host, Scott. What's up, Scott?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Nothing, man. Rainy day in Western New York, huh?
It's the miserable season.
It's bringing in some cold, though. We're going to be cold.
Yeah, I heard there's snow on Sunday, but not like anything accumulating. I guess just be maybe blowing around or something.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But it's time.
Shit already. That'll suck.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for I'm ready for it, man. It's almost we're already in mid-November. Think about it. It's already.
I'm putting up Christmas shit this weekend, man. I don't play.
Yeah, we're gonna be too. Veterans Day, by the way, too, also out there. Veterans Day edition.
Veterans Day, everybody.
Before the show, we were chatting a little bit about one thing that was pretty interesting. Well, a big story was Frank Reich. The Colts are 3-5-1. And we had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. We thought he should have been fired. Yep. And he was fired. And that's not the problem. And I know
he was in agreement on that.
Yeah. It was who's hired. Irsay hired former great center, 6-time Pro Bowler, I guess, whatever, Jeff Saturday, ESPN analyst, done good on ESPN. You told me earlier he's only been a high school coach and he was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And
I don't believe he was even 500.
Hired.
Not that it means that much. I know it's high school, but
hired as head coach. I mean, Reggie Wayne's there, I guess, too, but I think he's been there for a while.
Right.
He's been coaching.
Sure.
Jeez. They asked the Bears coach Eberflus, who head coach, who was their defensive coordinator, and he wouldn't comment on the hire. So
who wants to touch that?
Yeah. Irsay, though, man, he is lost.
I think that guy did a lot of drugs back in the day because he was definitely a hippie. He was a power lifter. Did you know that?
What was it?
He was a power lifter, dude. He was like,
I didn't know that.
Massive.
Oh, wow.
Look up the pictures. I saw a picture of him. He was huge.
Geez, I never knew that.
I didn't either. And then he became a hippie. Hey, Chris. He became a hippie, and he had obviously his demons have everybody. It's well known about him with his drinking, and he had a pill problem, I guess, too. I believe back in the day. I'm sure he's still a boozer. I don't doubt that at all, because I've seen the interviews.
Yeah,
he's a wacky guy. He's strange, but
you wonder how he keeps. The league can take your team away pretty much, right? So it's not I don't know how that works, but the league, if the owners get together, they can pretty much petition the commissioner to get rid of, right? To take a team.
I believe.
Jeez,
all they have to do is hold a vote. There's a vote because they were talking about it with Dan Snyder. They're wondering if they were going to do that or not. And obviously,
you wonder.
Irsay was the lead. He was the main guy on that. How about that?
Irsay was.
He was the one who got it started. He brought it up at the owners' meetings.
Wow. Because I wonder what the other owners think, because there's normal guys that are owners. I mean, there's normal.
This is the dumbest move any owner could make.
Let's listen to somebody who was he can be a Hall of Famer someday, maybe. I don't know.
I remember him getting drafted. I remember when he got drafted because he was I believe he was out on a fishing boat with his dad.
Right.
When he got picked.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns.
Even though he wasn't for my team, watched as much of his career as I could. Great
legend. Great offensive lineman. Let's listen to what he had to say about this hire.
Retired relatively early as well.
Yep. 2 minutes of Thomas. Take a listen.
Team. It is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my entire life to the commitment, the lifestyle, and the experience that it takes to be an NFL coach, any coach, much less the head coach of the Indianapolis football Colts. You have got to be kidding me that this is something that Jim Irsay and Jeff Saturday, who's not blameless for accepting the job, could have talked and decided that this was the best thing for the Indianapolis Colts at this juncture of the season. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I lived right next door to Rob Chudzinski. He was our head coach for one season in Cleveland. The commitment that it takes to be a head coach in the NFL is beyond what people can even comprehend unless you've been in that locker room. Yep. He saw his children one time every week. That was Friday afternoon. We would get off about 2:00. He would stay till 3. He would pick his kids up from school. He had 4 kids. He would go get ice cream with them. They would come home. Then he would drop them off and go back to the office. If it was a home game, he would get to see his kids 2 times during the week. Ice cream on Friday, and then Saturday afternoon, he still didn't see him because he stayed. Sunday, they would come to the game. He would drive them home after the game, drop them off, and go back to the office. That's a lifestyle. That's who you are. That's not something that you can just show up for. It's not something you sign up for.
Mid-season.
This is something that changes your life when you decide to be a coach. It's one of the reasons I don't want to coach, because I want to see my children. I want to have a life outside of football. When you're a coach in the NFL, you do not have a life outside of football. Why do you think coaches never retire? What are they going to do? They haven't developed any other parts of their life. They don't have hobbies. They don't have a lot of other friends outside of their football world, because you live football. Your children, if you're lucky enough to be able to coach with them, like Coach Belichick, Shanahan, then you get to have that relationship, Pete Carroll. But outside of that, it's a different lifestyle because it's who you are. So the disrespect that NFL coaches have to feel when they saw that this hire was made is higher than almost anything I can ever possibly remember in the NFL. And then to defend the decision by saying, I'm happy that he doesn't have any experience.
He's not
because
scared.
he's not scared. Like,
Yeah, so there you go. There was more of that. If you want to see more of it, that's Joe Thomas. You can look it up online. He talks more about about analytics and stuff. I guess that was a big reason why he hired Saturday too, was because of he didn't want anyone who was analytics, I guess, to analyze.
Then you hire an analytics guy.
Yeah,
that was, you have to have him as your head coach.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know, but Irsay's crazy though. I mean, Irsay's just loony.
He thinks he's a pioneer. He thinks he's a pioneer of something. You know, I saw some players say, you know, the only good thing is you know, it's a better opportunity now for players. I'm like, you guys are defending, and it's just because this guy's your friend, because it's just not a good look. I'm sorry, it's terrible. How about the coaches that are already there, John? How defeating is that, man? He doesn't have any faith in those guys. I mean, why would you even stay?
Right. No, I it's a mess.
He's got no faith in you. Right?
Yeah.
The offensive coordinator was already fired. So you got that young kid is now calling the plays. I guess him and Irsay got together and picked him, I believe.
Wow. Yeah, they got to it's going to be I'm sure
there. It's embarrassing.
And Ellinger is still playing, right? He's still the quarterback, the
kid from Texas. Teams in the NFL, and they're a joke. That dude is just somebody needs to take control of that guy.
Well, I'll tell you, owners are a bigger problem than people think sometimes. I mean, think of some of the bad teams. I mean, the Bears for the longest time, the McCaskies. Here, the funny thing for them is they just happen to stumble across good things. There's somebody that should be removed. There's a family that should have. I wish the team could be taken from, because you know Virginia is 98 years old. It's George Hale's daughter, for God's sakes. So I mean, she's the owner.
She's happy with mediocre, so they don't put any money into anything.
She don't even know what the hell's going on. And then her son.
She don't even know she owns a team. Bears,
yeah, her son, he runs the most of it, but he's like 75. I mean, it's just a mess. But you're right. I mean,
if they're not fully involved and invested in the team, then they don't care.
But like Jeff Saturday was out of nowhere. I mean, like I said, watching him on NFL Live, I think on ESPN.
I'm more shocked that he accepted it. Honestly, he had to have known how bad that was going to be. He had to have known he was going to get blowback so bad. Now, what kind of a coach is going to want to go play for Jim Irsay?
I don't know.
He's not going to get any. He's going to have to take somebody looking for a major opportunity, because why would you want to go there with a coach that meddles the way he does? He already made them bench Matt Ryan.
Right.
I mean, I probably would have kept him in a little bit more. That Ellinger's going to get killed. They're going to ruin that kid for the rest of his career, because he's going to get destroyed every week if they keep him in.
I just it was listening to Thomas. I mean, at first, when I first heard Thomas, it's funny. At first, I was like, oh man, he's really. I thought he went a little overboard. Like, this is the most egregious thing I ever seen. I don't know about that.
Indianapolis football Colts. What was that all about?
Yeah, he lost his mind. I just thought it wasn't the most I've seen more egregious things. He said that. And I'm like, all right, you're out of control. It's maybe not the worst thing we've ever seen from a front office.
Oh, sure, right. Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, you're out of your mind.
He was obviously mad. I think he's more mad. Like I said, I think it's a worse look for Jeff Saturday for taking it. He should have said, you know what? I'll help you find someone that's good. But he should have taken the job. It
is weird he would take it. It really is. I mean, because you wonder, and a lot of what Thomas says, I mean, we've kind of known how head coaches are, from way back when, like, Bill Walsh, even those guys were sleeping in the point.
I heard the stories. We all heard the stories.
And all of them, Seifert and all that. People
I believe Belichick used to be one of those guys, didn't he?
And I think a lot of them are. I think it's just normal. You
have to dedicate your whole life to that.
And now it's probably even worse now than it was before. There's just so much. And I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see what Saturday is like, even on the sidelines, because I just never seen him. I mean, I just never seen him but on ESPN.
Everybody's going to root for them.
Playing center.
Everybody's going to root for them to fail.
As a center, he must be. Doesn't a center remind you of a catcher? Like
I know baseball? They have to be like a captain, right?
They pretty much know everything.
Of the line, right?
They know everything. They have to know everything.
They've got to know. They've got to know where everyone's going to be.
Everything the quarterback knows. Yeah. So he's bright. I mean, it's going to be interesting. You know what? I don't really. It's not that I wish him not to do. I don't know. John, it don't bother me.
I got to give me 1 second, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. It doesn't really bother me with him, I guess, Robin.
Yeah,
but it's weird. It's just me. I think it's more Irsay that bothers me.
Right.
It's for me. It's him.
And I would love to hear what the thoughts of the players are at this point.
Yeah, that has to be a strange. It's going to be a strange. Who do they play this week? Let me see. You wrote the Colts play. Who the hell they play? The Colts are playing the Raiders out in Las Vegas. Oh my God, they're going to be served up as possibly a sacrifice because the Raiders haven't. They're 2-6. You just wonder. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, dude. You know what? That money line's only minus 215, which I think is low, dude. I think, but Indy's got a decent defense, man. So that's the only thing that makes me cautious, or I would take the over. I would say Las Vegas will probably hit the over. Devontae Adams hit his groove last week, did he not?
Yeah. I don't know.
What did he end up with?
Do you think
in the first half?
Yeah, he had a huge day.
Did he have any more than that? Was that it?
Jesus, I don't know off the top, but he had a huge day, didn't Robin? See if you find out after you're done there.
When I saw his first half numbers, I thought he was going to have like 300 and something. I was like, holy cow, they are lighting it up.
I got a question from the message board, and it's interesting. Do you think Saturday, he's got to be the head coach next year? I can't imagine he's not.
I'm going to say probably not.
Okay.
Because I heard when he was talking about it, he said, I'm just there to what the hell did he say? I'm trying to.
Hey, Kyle. Hi, John.
I'm just there right now to get things back together, blah, blah, blah. But he said, I only expect to be, he only expects to be there till the end of the season, is the way he said it. But who knows if he succeeds? I don't think he's going to, but the way we don't know. Those guys are doing some shady shit. So I don't know. Maybe they got a gentleman's agreement over a brouhaha that he was going to be there for the next couple of years. I don't know.
Because because why would you bother if you're Saturday, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense why he would accept it. It doesn't.
So I think he's going to stay. I think Saturday's going to stay. I think Irsay might as well, because as you said, who wants the Colts there?
I don't know that.
I have no idea.
Find out and see if he lives in Indianapolis.
Because
in the surrounding area out there, you know what I mean?
If Irsay wants to be a pioneer, I mean, this would prove everyone wrong. I don't know.
People are praying. That's why I said they're going to pray that they fail miserably. Yeah. Because if they succeed, dude, that could change a lot of things. That could set a precedent from there forward, and they could start doing stuff like that. And owners will do that shit. If they can do it on the cheap to somebody else that's got no experience, but they got a head full of analytics, I mean, who knows, man?
Sure.
Some football knowledge. I mean, they'll start getting ridiculous. We've seen it happen 1,000 times.
I'm going to say this on a positive note, and I don't even know what. If Saturday, I don't even know if this could happen, though. If he surrounds himself with enough, I don't even know how that would happen. Coordinators, things like that are.
Well, he's sticking with whoever the current staff is. He's not. I haven't heard anything about an offensive coordinator. I know they picked that guy to call the plays, but whoever was the fill-in offensive coordinator, is he still there? See, I'm not sure. So. I don't think anybody else got let go, except for Reich, and the offensive coordinator. I think got fired by Reich the week before. And he took over.
And that's even ridiculous too. Think about that. Even allowing that to happen, if you knew you were going to fight, like these, it feels like in Indy, these decisions are made in like real quick, because
I think Lucy's on social media watching things or something. I don't know.
Because I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him.
It was like he was either listening to the radio or he was looking at the internet and listening to what the fans were saying, and he was just doing what they were saying to do or something. I have no idea. But this is how you single-handedly wreck your football team.
Yeah, and
no free agents are going to want to play there.
What did Devontae Adams do?
He had 146 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Good day for Devontae.
He was over 100 in the first half. Yeah, they had a good day. He had a good day.
And there was, I wanted someone in the message board. I've been reminded. This is just something because it's a broadcaster, and I like broadcasters. It's kind of sad because I remember this guy really well. Fred Hickman passed away, young guy. He was a good broadcaster. You've probably seen him. I know you'll know who he is.
Know who he was.
Yeah, and the voice. You'd remember the voice. And also, yes, we agree. The center is like the catcher in baseball. They know it all. They have to know as much as the quarterback and every part of it.
Exactly.
And
don't get me wrong. I'm sure he's very football intelligent, but
maybe he can do it, though. You know what? Let's see.
Who knows? He might be able to, man. I know. But what I'm saying is,
it's a precedent.
That might set a precedent. Sure. And they'll start pulling more guys from ESPN and shit like that. You know who I think should be an offensive coordinator? Dan Orlovsky. That guy is very intelligent, man.
Sure.
Football.
He could get it.
And people say stuff to him, and he kind of hints. I think he's waiting to see if anybody asks him. He definitely is interested in it. But that's a guy, based on what I've seen him do. I know he wasn't a great quarterback,
but that's okay.
But he's very football intelligent. He shows you. It's like he's putting his application on television. You know what I mean?
Well, and
I don't
Scott,
know if you ever watch him.
If you notice, generally the guys that were the backups or whatever are the better coaches.
Yeah. Well, they sit there and keep notes, and a lot of them go on to coach and do different things. Offensive coordinators, Byron Leftwich.
Right.
He was a starter for a while, but then he ended up being a backup for a long time too.
The great ones never do it. The real good ones, if you notice, they just never do it. Even in every sport, I know it is very rare that the
backup kind of guys do it because they feel they have something more they have to prove because they couldn't make it on that level. They go to this level, bop, bop, bop. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like Ryan.
Because they all have crazy egos. We know that.
If Ryan Fitzpatrick wanted to be anything on my team, I'd bring him in. Like if he wanted to coach, I would bring him in to coach. If he wanted to be,
I've seen it asked of him in interviews.
He don't want to do it.
I don't think so. Nah, he's got a lot of kids.
Yeah, so he doesn't. But if he wanted to, I would want him.
Very smart, smart, dude. Yeah, that's why I always liked him as quarterback. He got a little stupid with the ball, but I don't know, man. He would have games that were brilliant, and then he would have a game where he just threw 3 interceptions, just sucked ass, and you're like, dude, how did you just what? What are we
kind of a backup, I don't know.
He was a good backup. He was great. He was a solid backup quarterback. You know what I mean? He started out in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he did. I remember when So before because part of the show, what we like to do is give out our picks and everything, and that means we go over the games and all that stuff. But before we get there, and I thought that I really thought this was one of the biggest stories of the week that was Frank Reich being fired. And Jeff Saturday, the not so much him. It was the hiring of Jeff Saturday. I want to really quick touch on college football real fast, Scott, before I forget. There is a new number 4. You got Georgia. Georgia ended up beating who they beat last week? Tennessee, 27-13 in the big game, big matchup. Tennessee was number 1. So now you have Georgia's back at number 1. Ohio State's at 2. Michigan at 3, and number 4 is Texas Christian University, TCU.
Are you serious?
It's always interesting when they hop in there. Yep, the Horned Frog are number 4. Tennessee dropped all the way to 5. Oregon 6. LSU 7. Listen, 8 is USC. 9 is UCLA. I haven't mentioned someone yet. Number 10 is Alabama. And they play a huge game against Mississippi this week. And that has to do with their side of the conference, like, you know, to try to win their division so they could play in the conference championship. But everyone's been talking about Alabama and it possibly being the end of an end of a run of like a decade, you know, just crazy amounts of dominance. And I don't believe it, honestly. I really don't. I'm sure they'll still get the same 5 stars. For some reason this year, it just didn't. I don't know. The wide receivers, the thing, it just didn't all go like it normally does for them.
Right.
You know, usually I go from, you know, you just look at them all in the league. You can see how the progression of all the great ones as they go along. So, but I don't believe you guys. Do you believe Alabama? I mean, Nick Saban's getting old, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
When you go to a kid's house, or you're going to go to Alabama,
Right.
wouldn't you? I mean, why would I not go to Alabama if I'd go there before I went anywhere, probably. You know,
Well, the name speaks for itself. I mean,
yeah, I don't think
there's a lot of good opportunity if they're recruiting you.
Yeah,
You know, you're going to showcase. You're just going there to showcase yourself to the NFL scouts. Is all you're doing.
and they're not dead yet. I just think
You're
it's
probably gonna waltz right into a championship game because everybody around you is going to be like an NFL starter. You know what I mean? All those teams end up with the phenomenal players like that, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just they're just down. It's just a down year. I mean, LSU has been a shocker to me. I didn't like Brian. Maybe it was just they needed Brian Kelly from Notre Dame to get. Maybe because they were just so brand new, but they've been playing great. They beat Alabama last week, 32-31. They've got a big game this week. Again, well, not big game. They play Arkansas, but they easily could find themselves in the Final Four. I mean, sure. I'm not sure though. LSU is probably on Georgia's side, I think. So that's a problem for them because Georgia's going to win that side of the conference, obviously.
Who do you think's taking it out? Who do you think looks the best? Who do you think's got the best shot?
Well, Georgia. I didn't give Georgia much respect, but last week they beat Tennessee pretty good.
Who's been the most solid, like the most just steady kicking ass as they're going? Anybody?
I wanted to say Ohio State, but there's a few things with them that concern me, and one of them is defense again. Now I think offensively they can play with anybody. They pretty much
normally known for having a pretty stout defense.
The last year's was terrible. It was one of the worst I've ever seen. This year's better. It's just sometimes they don't get poor competition off the field. And that's a problem for me when I'm watching them play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when they're playing Northwestern in the rain and wind and all that, they're both playing in that horrible conditions. I don't want it to be like that. It shouldn't be that much of a struggle.
Right.
It really shouldn't. But then now they're going to play Indiana at home. They're a 40-point favorite this week.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's too, you can't. I don't know if they're going to, I don't know. I don't know.
You think they might not cover?
For them to see them win the game 37-10 or 40 it wouldn't shock me. 40-10, that still doesn't cover. You know what I mean? Like, so I could see it.
Yeah. So you're pretty much just leave it alone.
And then they run the ball sometimes really well. That's why part of the season's been like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, all that stuff, because sometimes they're just dominating, 200 yards rushing, boo, and then all of a sudden, the last couple of weeks, they can't run. So I don't know who it is. It's probably Georgia has been the most consistent. Michigan, Ohio State will be playing in a couple of weeks, so that's going to weed them guys out.
So
and
Georgia's just going to chug along just right to another championship?
Well, we'll see, but they're definitely. I think they stay number one. I don't think they'll get out of there. I don't see how that happens. Why don't we do this real quick, Scott? Why don't we take our break? That's right. LSU's with Bama. Thank you. Yes, LSU's with Bama. Okay, so if LSU's on that side, all right, that's different then. Okay, because that gives them the opportunity then.
Right.
To actually, I wrote this down. What the hell am I talking about? I know I did. Yeah, I did. Yes, LSU is 5. LSU is actually in the lead of the SEC West. LSU is 5-1. Ole Miss is 4-1, and Bama's 4-2. Bama plays Ole Miss this week. Now, in those games, real quick before we go to break, LSU lost to Tennessee, Ole Miss lost to LSU, and Alabama has lost to Tennessee and LSU. So, okay, that would be – could you imagine an LSU-Georgia SEC championship? That would be awfully good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But anyways, why don't we take our commercial break, Scott? Get back. Let's make people some money.
Yes, sir.
We're doing things different, too. I'll explain when we get back. If I could find the commercials, I mean, I do this every week. You'd think by now.
We have the same issue.
I'm like Ursay. Let me see. I kind of am.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, here we go.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. Welcome back to the latest edition of Spitball and Sports Podcast. Robin, you got a question for us before we get going?
I do. Did you guys see what's going on, the back and forth between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson over the wristband?
Yes.
I just wondered what you guys think of that. The whole issue, whether it should be an issue and what you think.
Go ahead, Scott.
I guess it depends on who made it the issue.
Right.
If Pete Carroll brought it up, then it was his issue with Russell Wilson. And I think that's exactly what it was. And he's proving a point to Russell, probably through the media, instead of looking at Russell and saying, see, I told you how much better you'd probably play and the offense would do if you would have just wore the damn wristband. And that's pretty much what he was doing. Like it's stupid, but
it is stupid.
It's proven true. Look at Geno Smith. If that's it, the magic wristband, goddamn. Everybody better put one on. You know what I mean?
Right. Wow.
It turns you into one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
After being relegated. Yeah, I even forgot Geno Smith was around.
Yeah.
Dude, at the beginning of the season, when I'll never forget it. It's stuck in my head when Rex Ryan said it. They were talking, they were doing it was right, probably pregame. And they were just talking about all the games and they were talking about the Jets and his time there, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, I'll tell you right now, I would rather have someone else starting at quarterback than a dude with a marshmallow jaw.
Oh.
And he was ragging on Geno, saying he shouldn't be the starter, blah, blah, blah. But him saying that, I don't know, just stuck in my head. And Geno's just keeping the receipts and cramming it right in their ass. I love it. That's why I like it so much. So many people talk so bad about him. Good for him because he was like nothing. I didn't know he was still in the league, to be honest with you.
I didn't either. Me neither. I was shocked. Rob, you got another one for us before we move along? And I'm going to talk to this little hockey thing here in a moment.
Yeah, are the Packers at the point where they should consider going with Jordan Love and seeing what they have?
No. Nah. They do that, Aaron Rodgers is gone at the end of the season, I'll tell you right now. He'll figure out a way for them to get him out of there. No way. They can't bench him. No way.
I think he's got to get out of there. He's got to go.
He might have to get out of there, but they're not going to bench him. It's not his fault. It's not all his fault. Dude, I watch his interview on the Pat McAfee show every week where he's pretty open and honest. Oh, to a point. He only tells you so much. But you can tell he's frustrated. People are running wrong routes. He's throwing off because he thinks someone's going to be here. And the whole thing with Bakhtiari isn't helping. I mean, he's got so many young guys playing and people hurt. And I don't know, maybe the offense is too complicated for those guys and they just can't figure it out. I don't know.
And he's wasting time. His career's coming to an end. You know what I mean? He's wasting time.
Absolutely, he's wasted a year.
So
he's not going to want to sit down unless he's in agreement with it, which I doubt he would be because he's a competitor like a motherfucker. He ain't going to win. No way. He's not going to want to sit down. No way.
Yeah, get him out of the NFC North. That would be That would be great. They could move him out of there. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, in 3 years he probably is done anyways. But I think he's still got something left. I think he's still got something left in him,
dude. If he had an offensive line in front of him, he definitely has a lot left. Aaron Rodgers is great. He's been MVP 2 years in a row, not for nothing.
And the Packers are messed up because they should have. And I agree with Kyle and the thing. They should have done something to get something for him before it's nothing.
Absolutely. I agree too. When he was 100%. Mulling everything, they should have done something when they could have gotten something big for him. Absolutely.
Let me answer this. Let me say something to this hockey question that Chris threw in here or thing. He said last night he was watching the Sabres Knights game from Buffalo, but it was on ESPN feed channels, not on local MSG, but a high scoring game. Yeah. And the one thing about that game, the Sabres lose 7-4 is Jack Eichel coming back and scoring a hat trick. And, good for him.
Yes.
Good for Jack Eichel because I said this at the beginning of the season, I said it last year, Sabres should have just let him get his surgery. Could have made a trade that would have whatever they got, they'd have got 10 times more. All right, but anyways, no, good game, 7-4. The Sabres look good. They play well. They've lost the last three or so in a row, but still, they're at least they're competitive and they're fun to watch.
Good, That's what it's all about, right there, man. Being fun to watch.
Yeah, it's important, especially when you know the team's young.
Very important. Yep.
Again, though, last thing before we get to the pros. In football, they still need a goalie, and until they get a goalie, they will not make the playoffs because that Eric Crump is just no good. Comrie.
When we had what's going on, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah,
I'm not having a goalie is what's going to hurt him.
Yeah, it's the number one thing, and it's just like the core. It's everything.
Anderson could always come in and start for a few games.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, that's just an injury waiting to happen for them. But why don't we do? You know what? Hold on, because we're going to do some different stuff this week. Not really different, just how we. Well, there you go. We're going to try to do some money making for everyone. We are going to do our wins-loss records differently. It's going to be a podcast win-loss record. Well, here it is. We're 53% against the spread when it comes to college and pro football. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but it's better than it's better.
I'm actually happy about it. I'm happy about it just due to the fact of how ridiculous this season has been.
Tough year.
It's so hard to pick everything.
I know. Robin, are you ready? Because we're going to discuss some games now.
I am.
All right. Let's start off. They're in Germany.
Yeah.
9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Kind of a big game, man. The 6-3 Seahawks against the 4-5 Buccaneers. I think if the playoffs started today, they might play each other.
Sure.
I got the Buccaneers minus 2.5. The over/under is 44.5.
1 second, dude.
Yep, no problem. It looks like everyone's going to play. So Mike Evans is limited. I never know what they might mean by that.
Yeah.
If he'll play or not. Big game though for a Sunday. It should be a good one. With these two teams, with Geno Smith and everything. Do either of you guys like this game enough to play it? If you were going to pick, I mean, we'll pick the game. We'll kind of give our thing, but you'd play it yourself.
I would not.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting this one out, I think. But,
Honestly,
yeah.
I like Tampa Bay, man.
You like the Bucs?
I like the Bucs. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, if I was going to play it, I think I was going that way too.
Me too.
It would have been the Buccaneers. I can't believe the Seahawks are going to go to 7-3.
2.5. It's not
2.5.
3.
Yeah.
It's not 3.
2.5. You're right. That's really what matters.
That's a big deal to me. That's the only reason I would really take it is because it's not 3.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to give you right now, telling you the Bucs. The Bucs minus 2.5. Now let's get to the mainland 1:00 games. The first one we got kicking off on this list is the Lions at 2-6 at the Bears 3-6. We see the Bears at -3 over under 48.5. I'm not going to play this one. I just won't. I can't. Not with these two teams. I'll tell you this. I think the only thing I wish would happen is that the crazy media circus around Fields would settle a little bit. Maybe, calm down a bit. It is a little crazy. There's a lot being said.
You just did.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Sure.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
And
for Bears fans, you got to remember the bar is so low. The last good one was Cutler, and even he kind of was always there was always I liked Cutler, but he was the
Cutler
last
a lot
one.
too. I really did.
Before
I like
Cutler. It might have been Eric Kramer. That's how long ago. And before Eric Kramer, it was probably Jesus Christ. I don't even know if I could call Jim Harbaugh that. So it would be, and then back to McMahon.
Kyle Orton.
Oh my God, I liked him.
He wasn't bad. Honestly, Kyle Orton really wasn't that bad of a quarterback.
Well, it was between him and Rex Grossman for the Super Bowl team. Think of that. The team that went to go play the Colts.
Yeah, that's right. Rex Grossman. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And he remember that year.
How good was that defense? Well, how good was the special teams that year?
Man.
Jeez, to get them there. My God, with Rex Grossman.
He was a touchdown machine.
If you had Ryan Fitzpatrick with that team, they win the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, yeah.
100%.
He won the Super Bowl.
100%. Yep. Even with his mistakes.
Oh, they win. Yes, they win the Super Bowl. Are either of you guys going to touch this one?
No.
No, I'm not either.
If I had to, I would like Chicago just because they're at home.
Yeah.
I like Chicago. If I had to,
I had to.
Chicago too.
Yeah, there's a lot of hoopla. It's going to.
That's the only edge that I see there.
Yeah, they're at home, and it's probably the place is going to be pretty. Like I said, low bar for Bears fans. This is like the Messiah has just arrived, and we'll see what happens as we go forward.
Hey man, when your quarterback gets a little, when Josh did that leap and he first was getting recognized by, you got to remember they're not getting talked about in anything. When they get that information, they're getting talked about in the national media. It fires you up. You're you. So you're like, all right, relax. But they're enjoying it. Let them enjoy it.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine. It's a breath of fresh air because when you watch the beginning of the Bears season to the last 3 games, even the Dallas game, it's such a low bar that people don't understand. First downs, third down conversions are worth cheering, and when they can have 15 of them, that's cool. Wins and losses obviously don't matter to the Bears. I mean, if they only, it's just being good. It's just being. It's kind of like quarterback.
I like him. He's shifty, man. I like that dude. He's good. I've watched a little bit more of him than I have in the past. I like him.
Next game. This would have been a good game, but the Browns just. I mean, they beat the hell out of the Bengals, but I don't know what the Browns are at Miami. The Browns 3-5, Miami 6-3. Miami's -3.5.
Is Deshaun Watson playing?
I don't think he's playing until they go to Houston, which is unbelievable.
So he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss the Bills game.
He's not eligible till Houston, whatever the hell that is. Yeah,
I thought he only had 8 games.
Right, it's Houston. Yeah, it's Houston. Yeah, I don't know. It's Houston.
How many games is it right now? What are we in?
What are we in? Week
This is week 10.
week 10. Not sure I'm by.
Well,
Let me
it's
go.
already
What
been
are they?
eight-
The
yeah,
Browns
but
have
it's already,
played.
okay, but it's already been eight games.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So
Maybe
how
there
come
was.
he's not? I'm just not understanding if it's already he got spent at 8 games, but he's not eligible for 3 more after that.
I don't know. We're
Yeah,
gonna find
I
out. Hang on, we're
thought
looking.
he'd be starting already.
We'll have an answer for you. But I heard he's not coming back till and unbelievably the game in Houston.
I know that's when he's eligible to come back.
Yeah, and that's always great. I don't know.
Maybe I was wrong on how many games he got suspended for. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, yeah, I mean
12 games.
11, 12, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we can move on if you. Or no, I'm sorry. Okay, so it's Cleveland and Dolphins, right?
It is. It is the Browns at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are obvious better team than the Browns.
It feels like
I'm
a
not-
sucker's bet.
I know. I'm not playing it. I'm not
he was
messing with it.
suspended 11 games.
11 games,
It
right?
feels so
Thank
obvious
you.
when you're
Yeah.
looking at it and you're going. It's one of those games that I'm looking at and I'm going, why is that point spread so low?
That's a problem. So it
Like,
tells you should play
Cleveland
Cleveland.
is not that great. Why is that? Why is it so low? And they're playing at the Dolphins.
And the Bengals thing, maybe that's it. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
Um,
not touching it.
all over Miami.
But it is 3.5 points.
All right. So Robin likes this game, and you like the Dolphins.
I do.
All right, that's fine. Robin is going to give us the Dolphins at 3.5. Now, I don't. If it were me, I'm scared of it because if I was forced to pick, I almost go Cleveland because I don't understand the line.
Yeah,
But
I mean, either.
Because Miami should win the game by a touchdown easily.
The money line's only plus 146.
Is it
That's not a lot.
strange?
Yeah,
Very
very
strange. Good
strange.
weather too. Yeah,
And
very
they're
strange.
away. That's just what I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Really?
they know something I don't know.
yeah. I don't
Gun
know.
in my head, I'd have to take Miami.
Yeah, but Robin, you are
Like,
taking.
I got a gut feeling that it's a sucker's bet, but I would have to take Miami.
The next one we're going to go over is the Broncos at 3-5 at the Titans 5-3. We have the Titans minus 2.5. The over/under is 39. Is Tannehill? I think he's going to play. He'll be starting. It seems he was a full part. He practiced, so I'm guessing he'll be ready to return.
Hey, man, it's
Yeah.
what's your point spread?
We have it at Tennessee minus 2.5. The
Same
lovely 2.5.
I would take it.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
You too?
2.5.
All right. I do not. I'm not playing that one. But both you guys like
Not
Tennessee.
3. It's not 3.
It's 2.5. Yes, just win by the field goal. The Broncos.
It's into a running type of a game.
Yeah, the Broncos are reeling a little bit, right? I mean, it just isn't working out. I don't know what's going on with them, Robin. I can't tell. The Broncos, they're just reeling.
Yeah.
It feels like out of control. I mean, I don't know what the hell the problem is. It should be better than it is. Even the defense is starting to look a little worn. So, and they just traded, right? They traded Chubb away. So
Yeah.
they're kind of packing
They're
it in.
completely mailing it in to me. I mean, that's got to be one of your defensive captains. He's one of the best players in your defense. If not, it was the best player on their defense.
Sure, one of the best players in the league, right? I mean, and then defensively, and now, if you're Russell Wilson, you got to I don't know what he does. Maybe he's just Mr. Optimism and he doesn't care. But geez,
He's Mr. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not optimistic about Russell Wilson anymore. He sucks. He's not good. He's just as bad as he was in Seattle. He's got a better case. Dude, when he left Seattle, he had Lockett and Metcalf, and he couldn't make that work.
I know.
Carson as the running back, Metcalf and Lockett. How does that not work? I
Weird.
don't get it. I don't get it. It's him, dude. That's who it is. It's not the team. It's him. He's the problem. I bet against Russell Wilson every time.
Every time. Yep. And by the way, real quick, Kyle on the message board, who is a Dolphins fan, as we know, said the Dolphins have a hard time stopping the run. So just so you know, that's a good thing to know with the Browns and Chubb being
That's
so
probably why okay.
run
That
heavy.
answers my question. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. The next one we're going to go to is, I'm going to assume, let's just go with what it says. The Vikings are 7-1 at the Bills, who are 6-2. I'm seeing Buffalo minus 3.5 over under 43. Don't believe Allen's going to play. I know it's being very secretive. It's kind of day to day, kind of like we don't know, questionable and all that stuff. I'd be shocked because this would be a good position to put the backup in, his ex-team, blah, 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 all that. And maybe their defense wins the game. I don't know. But Don't know what to make of this game, and I would not play it with a 10-foot pole. It's
No, me
3.5. I don't like it at all. I don't know what to think of it.
Okay, my opinion, seeing the things I've seen transpire during the week, paying more attention to it than obviously most other people would. I've seen the pictures that have been caught of Allen. At the beginning of the week, he had a brace on his arm. Von Miller said on the Pat McAfee show he went to a party at Josh's house after the game that had already been scheduled, some party, the gathering, they all got together and had a party. He didn't even know that Josh hurt his arm until the next day when the media started asking him questions about it. He said Josh never even mentioned it. He never said a word about it. Nobody talked about it. It wasn't brought up. He acted like normal, like nothing ever happened. He goes, yeah, dude, I think more is being made of it than actually what it ends up being. That's just my opinion.
Right.
He wasn't seen with a brace on his arm today, and as soon as he saw the media, he took off running to the locker room. He was on the practice field and shit, throwing.
Why do you think that is? Why are they?
Because I think they think they're going to prepare for Case Keenum, and I think Allen's playing this week.
Well, if Allen plays and you get that at 3.5,
I really think he's going to play this week.
He's killing me in fantasy football, by the way, because I don't know what the hell to do. Allen is killing me because I don't know if I should play him.
Who's your other quarterback?
I got to get one because I never had a backup. I
got
to get
a quarterback.
No, but there's guys out there.
Who's available?
There's guys out there. I think even Tua's available. I think Tua's available. I might take him.
How is he even available? But
the league's full of quarterbacks. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so are you going with Bob? Would you go with the Bills then, or is this not one of your plays?
I definitely wouldn't play. It's ±3. I wouldn't touch it because I think it could end up being a pretty tight game.
I know because the Vikings are good.
I think dude, Trey White hasn't been ruled inactive yet.
Right.
Well, he might play this week if he's on Justin Jefferson.
Interesting.
It's interesting to me. That changes a lot with Buffalo. That defense could get rejuvenated. I see a lot coming from Buffalo this week, and they're playing at home, which they play twice as hard when they play at home.
And a good team.
If I had to, I'd take Buffalo because a lot of times Minnesota hasn't really been tested by a decent team yet.
This is going to be interesting for them. That's going to be
Minnesota's got a great record, but they haven't really been challenged by anybody yet. They've played a lot of subpar teams.
That's why this will be interesting. I look forward to that. I'm not
taking anything away from them. I told you I like Minnesota to go to the Super Bowl this year. I said it at the beginning of the season. I said they were going to be this good.
If they run the ball, I love these types of games, though, because this will tell you where they are. This will tell you where the Vikings are.
Sure.
It really will.
If they take it down to the wire, if they get blown out, oof.
Well, then it really tells you what they are.
Everybody's going to be going, yep, that's same old Kirk Cousins. Where's all the gold chains now, Kirk?
Right. Oh, that's right. They got Hawkinson, too. Maybe he'll help.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Next game, and this one sucks. And this I don't even understand why the line is what it is. The Texans won 6-1 at the New York Football Giants, 6-2. The Giants are -4.5. Over unders 41. That just seems low, doesn't it?
Something's weird there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Bet Daniel Jones over the rushing yards.
That's it. We say
that's
that
all you got to do.
Yeah. That's part of it. Robin, do you like this?
I don't.
I love the Giants, actually.
Giants.
Houston just hasn't done anything all year. They're just
other than Pierce. I mean, all they got to do is stop. It's just bad. And I think Cooks is playing. I think he's back. If that
but he's playing, but he ain't playing. Yeah, dude's so checked out, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a tough game to watch unless you're a fan of either team. I'm there. I'm watching Bears.
I like the Giants, man. I like their grit. I like watching them play. I like watching Daniel Jones prove everybody wrong. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and your guy's back, feeling better. Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, buddy.
Next one, Jacksonville 3-6 at Kansas City 6-2. The line is KC -9. Over under is 51.5.
A lot of points.
One of my plays, I like the Chiefs -9.
And I like Jacksonville +9.
And Robin likes Jacksonville +9.
And I like the Jacksonville plus. I got them at 9.5.
Go ahead, give it to them at 9.5.
Is that what you got?
We got 9, but
I got 9.5. That's why I'm
go with the 9.5. You guys get the 9.5. I'll take the -9.5.
This defense is pretty damn good, man.
Yeah.
I think old Josh Allen might give my homie Holmes a little bit of a running around to do. Good. Josh Allen's awesome.
Yeah, that kid's good. I don't know. I like the Chiefs a lot in this one. I think they cover by half and everything is fine. I cruise to victory.
Like Chris Collinsworth, John. Okay. Mahomes.
Right.
That's all that guy is. Dude, that dude loves talking about Mahomes, man.
Yeah.
Loves that guy.
Weird.
He's like, oh, he's magical. Yeah.
He's been around for so long, and I remember him playing for the Bengals.
So do
That's
I.
how old we are.
Yeah.
Gee. Here's one that's interesting, and the Saints 3-6 at the 2-6 Steelers. We have the Saints -1.5 over under 40. Looks like Landry is going to play this week, from what I read, and Jarvis Landry, that is. Does anyone? Let me do this way: if I was going to bet this game, it would be the Steelers. If I was going to play it, but I'm not, so that's probably a good thing. Do you guys like it?
Not at all.
The only reason I like it is TJ Watt is coming back this week.
He is, yes.
That changes everything with Pittsburgh's defense. He changes. That dude is so good. He changes games.
Yeah.
He's going to have something to prove when he comes back. 75% of the money is on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's all I've been hearing. Yeah.
I think Steel Town's defense is going to do a number on him.
So there's Pittsburgh.
I like Pittsburgh.
Perfect. Pittsburgh plus the 1.5. Let's go to the 405. There's only a couple. There's not many 4 o'clocks, right? No, there's like 3. At 405, the after much mentioned Colts at 3-5-1 are at Las Vegas, who are 2-6. Las Vegas is only -4.5. Jonathan Taylor did return to practice. Waller and Renfro are both out. I mean, sooner or later, the Raiders got to take some frustration out on someone. I mean, at some point, you would think they would clobber them. Do you guys like it?
This is the perfect game for that to happen, buddy. Robin, what do you think?
Robin's not playing it.
Too much uncertainty.
For Robin doesn't like.
Really?
Doesn't like anything. But Scott loves the Raiders. So
I love the Raiders to completely destroy Indianapolis. I think they're going to prove a point.
You know what? I like the Raiders.
Try even harder to prove a point due to the fact that the coach on the other team was just on ESPN last week. Watch. Yeah. India's
like the Raiders too.
Blown up. And if I'm wrong, I'd be very surprised. But I'll eat my words if I'm wrong. But that's like my game of the week is that game.
There you go. The Raiders. So the next one is a 425 game. This game will bore me to sleep. It's the Cardinals 3-6 against the Rams 3-5. Rams -2.5. Murray's hurt. Stafford's hurt. He's limited. Murray was limited in practice. I don't know what's up with that.
I need Stafford, to know flag, shoulder, or what?
I don't know. Do you know? We didn't say, right? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but I can look.
We can look real quick. And Stafford was in concussion protocol. Boy, the Rams. I'll tell you, good thing they won their Super Bowl last year because this team has really they can't run the ball. They can't do anything. It's a very they're terrible. They're just horrible to watch. It's tough for me I don't even like watching either one of these teams, to be honest with you. Yeah. They really put me to sleep at 4:25 Eastern time. Any word on that, Robin?
I'm looking.
Okay. I don't. Once we find if everyone hamstring injury for
he ain't running around. Man, he might not even play, huh?
They said he was limited. Limited is all I said.
It'll be a game
time decision even. So and we don't know what Stafford is he playing?
He has
to clear concussion
He's
stuff.
been practicing.
I like the Rams.
I like the Rams.
You like the Rams too?
Yeah.
Both you guys like the Rams. All right, very good.
They're only -2. I got them at -2.5. What do you got them at?
2.5. Yep, that's what we have. 2.5. The next game, interesting game here. The Cowboys at 6-2 are headed to the 3-6 Packers. Dallas is -4.5. Over under 49. Piers Elliott will play.
Okay.
Rodgers is going to play
right now. Explain.
What's that?
Pause you for 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
Why in the world is that line 4.5? That should be 14.5.
I agree. I don't get it.
Dude, Dallas's defense is going to have a field day with Rodgers. Subpar wide receivers.
Everything. Yeah.
How in the world is that line only at 4.5? There's another one. If that's the case, I'll take Dallas all day long. There's my second favorite game of the week.
I like Dallas too.
All right.
I never looked at any of the spread till right now. I'm seeing this all right now. I usually look at it Saturday morning.
Dallas 4.5. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I've been listening to some people on the national trying to make it sound like something magical was going to happen at Lambeau Field. I don't know why.
Somebody in Dallas hurt that I don't know about on the defense or something like that. Like,
no,
it doesn't make any sense. They've got the midway through the season defensive player of the year. They got Diggs back there in the backfield.
Yeah, they got it all.
The defense is stacked.
Yep.
And they're having a great season so far. Micah Parsons is just an unbelievable player. I don't get it. That doesn't make sense. He's going to kill Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love might be in at halftime, dude.
Dude, they might get their wish. Yeah.
They might get their wish. Yeah. I would bet. Honestly, that moves above the Raiders. That's my game of the week right there.
Game of the week.
Dallas completely destroying Green Bay.
The Sunday night game is a good one to me. The Chargers at 5-3 at the 49ers, who are 4-4. San Francisco's -7, over/under's 45. I really like the Chargers +7.
I do too.
I don't get it. I don't get that line either.
This is what I mean, man. These lines don't make any sense. There's a lot of them that maybe they probably will once the score's done.
Maybe, yeah. Because
it.
they're not traveling. It's right there. I mean, it's the Chargers are still hanging on. I mean, whatever you think of them, they're still 5-3. I mean, they're still there.
Have they gotten anybody? Is Bosa back?
I didn't see that he was out. I think so. Keenan Allen's the only one.
He was injured during the beginning part of the season, I believe.
Yeah, I believe he is back with them now, and I believe that the only guy is Keenan Allen.
That's a lot of points.
It is. So we all like the Chargers. Do you like the Chargers too?
Yes.
All right, so we all like the Chargers.
Scott likes them too?
Yes, he does too. Yes, he does.
Yep.
And then the Monday night game, by the way, I forgot to say the Jets, the Patriots, the Ravens, and the Bengals are on bye. Monday night game, I'm not playing this, but the more I look at it, the Washington team is 4-5 at the 8-0 Eagles. The Washington team is getting 11. Over/under's 44. That's a lot.
A lot of points.
Because that's a division game. I mean, these are rivals forever, these two.
I'll take Washington all day long.
You almost have to.
I'm not doing it doesn't matter how good they are. They are rivals. They will play tight.
Did you play this one?
I did not.
But I agree. If I play something on Monday, that's what's going to be. And you'd hope it goes up more.
Yeah.
It's so many. Dude, if anything, it's going down. Like, I don't understand it. I don't know what it started out at, but I got the same thing.
It'll probably go down. It's going to go down.
Sure.
We have a couple college games here. Robin, tell me who you got two, right? You have a couple or no? No college for you. I've got the college. I've got 4 college games for everyone.
You did good last week, right? How'd
What's
you do with college last week? I saw you post something. Did you
I
go
was
4-0?
Yeah, again. And I won this, and I won last night with Memphis. But I blew it by parlaying it with Atlanta, with the Falcons.
I never parlay it with an NFL game, brother.
Mm-hmm. So I love the Cal Bears +14 at Oregon State. Remember, Cal +14.
Gotcha.
Wake Forest -3.5. They are at home against North Carolina. North Carolina's a mess. Love Wake Forest. They score a lot of points. I've played North Texas a lot this year, and I'm going to do it again. North Texas +6 at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB. And probably my game of the week is this one. This is a huge game for Illinois. They're -6 at home against Purdue. And if they can win this game, they will have a very good shot at winning the other division of the Big Ten that Michigan and Ohio State isn't in. So Illinois -6 for me is my other play. Do you want to use my pen? Here you go. But then you got them right here too.
Hey,
you don't got to worry about it. You got them here.
Give me a 3-team, John, right now. I'm gonna put it in right now. Give me 3 out of all the ones you just gave. Your top 3. I'll put it in. I'll put a $10 jammer in here.
Frank Ramirez says this will be the Eagles track game. Interesting. It's a tough game against it's a division rivals, man.
Washington doesn't look too bad. They're sticking it out.
I like Illinois. I like Cal +14. I like Illinois -6. And I am most confident in the Wake Forest -3.5. But North Texas +6. I mean, oh my God. But Cal +4 and Illinois -6 are my favorites. The other two, I'm having a hard time choosing between. But
okay, so I got Illinois, and then who else now?
Cal, University of California, and God, I'm flipping a coin. North Texas +6 or Wake Forest -3.5. Make a choice on that one because I don't know which one I want to give you.
See, I'm trying to find Cal in here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, the Cal Bears. They're playing Oregon State.
No, I got Washington.
The Beavers.
Nasty.
Okay.
So, yeah. I that Eagles thing.
Yeah, I don't see it on here anywhere for some reason.
Oh, you'll see it. You'll find it. Remember,
Yeah, I'll
Cal.
find it later. But
Cal,
make sure you send it to
Oregon.
me afterwards. I'll finish putting
Yeah.
it in.
I'll send it all to you after.
Okay.
After we're done. I'll tell you the 4 that I love, and I've been good in college. Pro, I'm just mediocre at best. It's been bad.
I trust you, buddy.
Been really bad in the pros. But anyways, we should probably wrap it up. Another good week of football again, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
You're going to the game next week here. You're in Buffalo, so you're going to be going to see them play the Browns, right? In a couple weeks.
With the Browns, and then after that, the next one that I already have booked is the Jets. But yes, going to the Browns game. Just got tickets.
The Jets one will be fun too. That'll be great.
I'm looking forward to the Cleveland game now, though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Why don't we, Robin? You got anything left before I wrap it up here to tell the people? No. All right, guys. Why don't we go? Have a good one.
All right, man. I'll
next week.
talk to you guys.
Yep, I'll send you that.
Bye, Scott.
Bye. Take care, everybody.
Bye.